I'm talking to Emily Bryson. Good evening, Emily.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. And where are you in the world right now?
So I'm in Glasgow in Scotland.
Ah, okay. And so what kind of teaching do you do?
So I teach at City of Glasgow College, which is the largest college in Scotland. We've got about 1,000 ESOL students, so that's English for speakers of other languages. So students in an English-speaking country. So most of them are from refugee backgrounds, so maybe asylum seekers, some refugees with leave to remain, and we've got a handful of migrant workers now. Sadly, due to Brexit, have all left. Noticed the difference.
Right. Wow, that's a big institution, isn't it? 1,000 students.
Yeah.
Well, now I've just read your new article, which is about graphic facilitation for English language teaching. So
Yeah.
for our viewers, could you give a quick definition of graphic facilitation?
Yeah. So graphic facilitation has been used around for years in design industries and like things like, for example, engineering, architecture, and business as well. It's great for planning, and it's really simple. It's basically using very simple drawings and diagrams to get your point across and to convey meaning and to get the brain working in a different way, I suppose. So there's a lot of things like visual templates, which would maybe be like a roadmap, for example, where you could get students to visualize where they want to be in the next 5 years, or to tell a story using the roadmap, for example, or maybe even just an arrow or a mountain. I like the mountain metaphor as a kind of challenge. And yeah, just using lots of very simple drawings in various different ways to communicate. It's not about art, it's about communication.
Right. Okay. And so a kind of a visual language.
Yeah, totally about visual language, about building up your visual vocabulary. So everybody can draw. Maybe people don't believe that, but if you look at my drawings on my website, emilybrysonelt.com, or on my social media, you'll notice just how simple they are. They're kind of a step above stick men in a way, or stick people in a way. A lot of them are, yeah, so it's like copying icons. So icons are quite an international language. If you go to an airport, for example, you'll notice lots of icons around like baggage hold and stuff like that. And it's basically about copying icons, and which makes life very simple, and it makes your drawings really simple. And the more you learn, it's about like learning a language. So basically learning a visual language of icons, really. And the more you learn, the more icons you learn how to draw, the easier it is to communicate using that visual vocabulary. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And so how did you get into it? How did you get into graphic facilitation?
Okay, so somebody a few years ago came to my college and showed me a few very simple ways. It was maybe a 1 hour workshop. And since then I was absolutely hooked, and then I did her course, and then I did a few other courses on top of that, and it just kind of started snowballing into my practice. And now I use it in every single class, every training session. It's kind of become a bit of a superpower, really, because it makes everything so much more engaging and supportive and different and fun. Yeah, it's really, really, really helpful. It's completely changed my perspective. I've been teaching for about 20 years, and I think it's kind of given me a new lease of life in a way as well. It's kind of got me excited about being in the classroom again, which is amazing.
What's one thing that readers will get from your article?
I think maybe just the simplicity of it, and maybe a bit of confidence in their ability to draw, because I think people, when they draw, start thinking that it needs to be a work of art and it needs to be a masterpiece, but in actual fact it's just about communicating a message. And I think they'll get the simplicity of, I think we used to, like when I first started teaching, I drew a lot, and then search engines came along and we could display images on the big screen within seconds, and I think that kind of killed our ability to draw in a way. So I think just maybe just having the confidence again to start drawing again, and realize that it's actually really quick and simple to do and can be so beneficial.
Yeah, okay. And So what do you think would be the first step to getting into graphic facilitation? As someone like myself who can't draw.
Okay, so following me on my Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn, and you'll see lots of my images. I've got Twitter #drawingELT, where every fortnight I put a new theme, and we shared, people post their pictures on that theme, their simple drawings on that theme. Doing my course. So I have a course online on graphic facilitation. I've got I'm kind of, yeah, if you sign up to my mailing list, you'll be able to find out more. You can do that on my website, emilybrysonelt.com. And if you sign up to my mailing list, I'll also send a whole load of, my mailings are mostly about different teaching ideas and graphic facilitation ideas for the classroom.
Great, okay,
yeah.
Excellent. And so finally, one last question. What's one of your passions outside of teaching?
Outside of teaching, I like to be outside. I am absolutely obsessed with outdoors, cycling, running, swimming, swimming outside in the sea, hiking up mountains, anything, camping, love it.
Yeah,
so
right.
Excited that it's summertime again.
Yeah, excellent. Emily, thank you so much for joining us. And
thank you for having me.
Yep, and I definitely recommend your article to our readers. Thank you.
Great, thanks.